Hello, welcome back to my channel. And on this episode, I'm just going to go through and recap how 2024 has been and look forward to 2025. When I started the channel back in June, I literally had a brainwave. I was down John's. In that first video, I thought, right, I watched enough people on YouTube. I thought I'd give it a go, film myself doing a few little things, put it on YouTube, see if anyone likes it. After the first video, people were reaching out saying they really liked the videos, liked the content. Some people didn't. Obviously, not everyone's into farming. But I thought, right, that next week, I'm going to go down to the Royal Cornwall show. So if I can get a bit more footage, I'll put it up. And after that Royal Cornwall video, I decided in my head, I thought, I'm going to try and do one every week here. Even though I do other work as well as farming, I thought I could get away with doing one every week, see how the time limit goes, and go from there. I'm not going to say it was easy, because when you're not doing farming all the time, and sometimes when you get home it's always pitch black, so trying to get a video out isn't always easiest. And at the start, I tried doing it on every Thursday. But every Thursday, sometimes I wouldn't be getting back late till whatever from my other work, then doing the farm, then you didn't really want to have time to do editing. So then I decided to do it on a Sunday. That worked out quite well, as it gives you a bit more time to chuck your video out. But going back to when I first started the videos, I've been watching a lot of people, like all your big names that everyone knows, like your Tom Pembertons, your Ollie Blogs, people like that. But I was also watching people nothing to do with farming. I was watching your welder fabbers, your digger girl, people like that. And then basically they inspired me to go on and make my own channel. Looking at what they'd done and people interacting, and I just watched different ways of how they got people involved in their channel. As time's gone on in what I've been doing, I've still got a hell of a lot to learn, as I am still very new to all this. Like I said, I have only been doing this for 6 months now. That is what I'm trying to get from my channel, is literally getting people to understand about different ways of farming. And I'm not saying I know everything about farming. I'm just saying what I've learned over the years and what can help other farmers. I still need to learn how to do stuff as well. And you've just got to have an open mind of how to do things. Nothing's easy in life, especially not farming. And that's what I just want to show viewers and people, the general public as well. Because a lot of people go to their office job, do a few files, this, that and the other, whatever it is. Whereas farming, you've got all sorts. You've got all the paperwork, you've got all the manual labour, you've got weather, you've got well, a lot of obstructions basically. Obviously we've got stuff going on at the moment with stuff around the country. I don't want to go into any of that. Going back to doing my first video, I literally didn't have a clue. I was just chucking my phone everywhere, having a look at different angles, put the editing format together and just chucked that up. But when people were interacting, I just thought I had to do more. So every week I've just gone more and more and more. And to be honest, people have been subscribing and you guys have been brilliant. I couldn't ask for better. People were always saying nice comments and being honest as well. So if something's not 100% done right, they'll say, and I don't mind that. I don't mind a bit of criticism. Whereas sometimes you need that criticism and you can learn from that. But yeah, I'm only new at all this, and there's a long way for me to go to be anywhere near some other people are on different channels. But I'm happy to cruise along and try and expand the channel in my own way without copying people. Basically, I want to do it my own way, and as long as you guys still enjoy it, I'm happy to do it. As long as you're always happy and keep viewing, that's the best way for me to do it. This year, now we're in the new year, I am going to be going to Lama on the 15th. This is going to be my first Lama that I've ever been to, so it should be a bit of an eye-opener. I'm just excited to see what's going to be there. Also this year, we've got a lot of plans what's going to be happening. I'm not going to say anything now, but we have got a plan for this year. I did ask last week what people's favourite video was. For number 3, it's definitely got to be the muck spreading one. So when I heard the muck spreader, it was on a Saturday, and my contractor, I decided just to hire a muck spreader in, as our little chain one does take a hell of a long time, and I just wanted to bash the muck out on the ground and get it done real quick. And to be honest, I advise anyone, if you've got a little chain one and it's taking you ages, get one of them big spreaders in, because it saves so much hassle, so much time, and like I said in the video, it saves a lot of blooming diesel as well. I couldn't believe it. I think just with those belts and just the gate is pretty simple, the rotor is just pretty simple, whereas I think with the chains it just bounces around, and whereas it's always bouncing, I think it just affects the fuel consumption a bit, and it does do your head in after a while hearing all the chains rattling. Even though we cut some of the chains a bit shorter the year before last because they were sparking, and every single one we've done is ideal for when you want to just do little bits and bobs, tickle a bit out. But when you've got massive heat, you want to be using one of them big rear discharges. So that's my number 3. Number 2, so that was when I was bringing back the hay. That one was, yeah, what did I take? I took 3 evenings to get that back, just for the fact that I did have one evening with a problem with that tractor, as I did rectify it in a video with the diesel filter. I love those summer evenings. On a summer evening, it's just peaceful, always good weather. Just, yeah, it's lovely when you're just hauling bales back for yourself. And I know a lot of people do enjoy it. Yeah, that was definitely my number 2. Then I would say my number 1 would have been, I'd been away in hospital, and I sleeping in them hospital beds. Well, not in hospital, the chairs sat next door. It just like that, and sleeping all crumpled up. So it wasn't the best feeling. I did have a few rubbish nights sleep. That's why I was a bit drowsy in that video, but it was always special to me because that was when my first child was born, during that period, and it's always something to cherish. He is doing brilliant. I tell you what, he's an absolute dream. There's nothing like I really imagined, to be honest, being a dad for the first time. But I'm hoping in future, the little lad come and help me out on the farm. Who knows, he may even want to be a farmer in future. But only time will tell that. Also, during one of the videos, I had Marshall Traders get in contact with me. They gave me one of these, so I give them a good shout out. And I tell you what, that Marshall Trader that we do have, this is not me just saying it because they give me this, is a brilliant little trailer. He is 22 foot. All the brakes are perfect on him. even though these are hydraulic brakes, as soon as you slam your foot on that brake, you stop instantly. It's a 10-ton trailer, and you can buy kit on the back for ramps, and that may be something that we look for in future, is to get some ramps on the back of the Marshall trailer. So if we ever did want to get an 8-ton machine on it, digger that is, for any earthworks or anything, at least you can use it then as a low loader, because the floor on it is brilliant. It's metal floor, so it's not going to rot out. And if it was an 8-ton machine anyway, most of the time they're on rubber tracks, so you're not going to slide. I know that's why some people do like your wooden floors for the low loaders and that as well, because obviously if you've got a metal track machine, you will slide. But predominantly, if that's going to be an 8-ton machine that's going to go on there, it won't slide. But that's something that we may look at in future. I have also spoken to a few other people about some products, but nothing's finalised yet. And if anybody else does want to come to me for anything, then I'm always open ears. That's the only way that you can ever grow. Is always be open to new ideas and this, that and the other. Speaking of new things this year, also we had new buildings put up. They're still not 100% finished yet because we didn't get around to concreting that, but Jesus, they are massive help. They are. One's 40 by 80 foot and the other's a 60 by 30 foot. So they're fair sized buildings, and they're I can't remember how tall they are, but they're decent height as well. Also down John's, he's got his system down there as well, doing all of his car rearing with selling on fattening stock, which works really well. And I would like to say a big thank you to him for helping me basically set a lot of this up, because without him I wouldn't have done half of it. So I want to say thank you to him, and you may recognise him from other channels as well. He's only been on the channel once briefly. That was on weighing cattle, but you may see his face in other places. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for John. He's helped me out over the years. Like I said, that he was where me and him used to work on a farm years ago, one of my friend's farms, and that's where I first met him. Then he got the tenancy for that farm 2011, and then from there I was basically his farm manager for a fair few years. And then when he got out, well, I went off and done my own thing, and then he got out at Darien and then went into beef and arable, and I've just always gone down to help him whenever he needs me, or on the weekends I just go down there to help him out, push on his business, which I'm always grateful to do, as I've got a lot of respect, like I said, for John, and I'm always wanting him to do well. Yeah, so this is why I just put this video out, just to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed and watched the channel, as I couldn't have done it without you guys. I'm hoping, like I said, within this next year I'm going to be pushing the channel on a lot more, and I would like to get some stuff on the farm, try out, review it, and then show you guys how I find whatever I review or whatever, and just do an honest opinion on it, because that's the best way, just to be honest. I'm going to leave the channel here now. Thanks once again for everyone who has subscribed, and here's to 2025. Everyone has a good new year, and yeah, stay positive, as I know at the moment it is hard, and what is going on in the country at the moment in the farming sector. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.